I'm excited to have with me today two cast members from the award-winning comedy film Drinkwater, which recently premiered at this year's Whistler Film Festival. Eric McCormack is an Emmy-winning actor who's also starred in the Canadian Walk of Fame as well as the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He also was honored with the Trailblazer Award at this year's festival. Also with me is a star to watch for, Louriza Tronco. And they're both here today to talk about their roles and about the film. Welcome.
Thank you.
So how excited are you to be recognized at this year's festival, the 21st Whistler Film Festival?
Well, it's not, I'm receiving the old guy award and she's receiving the young person's award. So we're really covering the whole gamut of talent here at the Whistler Film Festival. I think it's amazing because we didn't know each other before the film, and she and Daniel Doheny are another name I never say right. Is it Doheny?
Donny.
That's all it is?
Yeah.
I always want to say Doheny. Daniel Doheny and Louriza are the stars of the movie. They're the heart of the movie. Their connection and their chemistry is off the charts. So, and I just get to dance around and be an idiot in the background.
I love the movie. It's a comedy with a coming of age, but it's also a lot of sports. It's very Canadian, and I love it. The hockey, and Daniel's wearing the hockey number, I think 19, which is Larry Robinson, I believe. But it's just, it has such it's about running, and I see you on the bike in the first scene, Eric. And what attracted you to the script?
It was not the sports parts. that was not the first thing for me. I loved. I thought it was really funny. The director is a man of infinite enthusiasm and joy, and that came through on the phone when I spoke to him. I love that there's a real father and son element to it. That's, like I say, the heart of it is their slow burning friendship. But for me at the time, my son was the age that Daniel is in the movie when I did the movie, and going through his frustrations of 12th grade and COVID and everything else. So there was something about a father and son living together and driving each other crazy and having to get to the other side that spoke to me.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because when I first read the script, I immediately went, oh, I know who she is. And that doesn't happen quite often. I read a couple of scripts. I'm like, yeah, I could do the job. Like I could do it. But for Wallace, I told my agent, I was like, I want her and I know who she is. And I think I just really, I knew her dryness and sarcasm was masking a lot of pain underneath. And for some reason, I just found that so human, especially for her age. She's still in high school. She's a senior, and she's a junior, I guess. And this happens to her, and she's masking it with sarcasm and dryness. And I was just like, I know what that is, and I feel like it could bring something to her. So, yeah, definitely the character, yeah.
Yes, and you're on the bike. What did you prepare for the scenes? You look so fit.
Oh, it was the first thing right when like after COVID hit. So I was like, I gotta really get in shape. But I think my butt hurt for like the next 3 weeks when we were filming that, because I think it was like a 10-year-old bike, so it wasn't like it wasn't a sturdy bike going down those hills of Penticton, but it was a lot of fun, and I think I had the easier part where I got to bike and Daniel had to run, so I definitely was leisurely biking beside him while he's sweating it out.
Yes, was there a favorite scene at all? Did you like?
Honestly, we talked about this yesterday, and it was such a small moment, but I remember, maybe it was because it was the first day we met, but when Eric comes out as Hank in his underwear, and he just says, "Hi, Wendy," and then he just walks away and doesn't even get her name right, and he improv'd that, and I just started bursting out laughing because it just reminds me of my own dad, who just doesn't get any of my friends' names right. Exactly. And they've been my friends for 5 years, and he still doesn't have their names right. And it was so funny. That was probably one of my favorite moments. Yeah.
I love that moment because I didn't tell Steve I was going to wear tighty whities and nothing else. I just wanted to surprise him. And I knew he wasn't going to go tight, literally go tight, but I was just going to be in the background of their shot. And I figured that you and Daniel, and then he cut to me, but instead he uses this long shot, and you guys have at least 5-6 lines, and you can see someone is standing in the background wearing only underwear, and then we see that it's me, and I get your name wrong, which I was not in the script. I just thought
It was so great.
Because I think your name comes up 2 or 3 times in the script, and every time my character is like, "Who's Wallace?" It's like the girl I told you, the girl next door.
It says a lot about him, I think, with that one line, for sure. Yeah. And I think it was just so funny because we have this like really serious conversations. The first time I'm talking about, you know, my mom and him with having an absentee dad. And then that's just like breaks the ice. So it was really great. Yeah.
And I love one of the things that made me sign on is always got to be one scene in a show that you just can't wait to do. And it was the scene in the principal's office for me with and there's this long speech, which, is nothing really. But I was so rusty. COVID had been around for, been almost a year, and I just hadn't memorized anything. And so I had to go and, what was it called? Lockdown. I had to be in quarantine in my house in Vancouver 2 weeks before going to do it. And I just wandered around my house like a crazy person for 2 weeks, just saying that speech over and over and over again. So when I finally got to the office, it just burst out of me like, yay, I get to finally say these words.
Oh, wow.
Yes, like, was there adding like to the script? Did you have any involvement in adding to the script, or you just followed?
I didn't. Him and Daniel are comedic geniuses, and Steve and also the writers Luke and Ted really encouraged everyone to improvise. So a lot of their stuff was improvised and would be different every single take and fresh, and made the whole crew and cast laugh.
Yeah, Steve was very encouraging of that. He never wanted the same thing twice, and happy to oblige.
We said, I want comedy gold, folks, comedy gold. And that was every single take. So
yes, I mean, was it filmed in 16 days during the pandemic? And it was in Penticton. So tell us about that. Like, it must have been really, so fast paced and so intense.
Well, particularly the whole first week was the 2 houses side by side. So all the stuff with your grandparents, plus all the stuff with Daniel and I, which was a good 4 days worth of stuff. We got all that out of the way, and then it became all the big exteriors like the hockey rink, and then all of that running stuff they did in 1 day, which is the last 15 or 20 minutes of the movie. Although I must say, watching it last night, I thought, this is more than 5K. This is about 100K they're running here. But with the drone shots, I mean, it looks incredible. That's Steve and a good first AD is what it took.
The Pan Am Okanagan 5K. I mean, it was such great running scenes, like the Lover Boy, I was born to run. Not like you, Eric. So that was fun. Filmed in so many places, which the hockey rink, as you said, the school, and then Luke, who's the writer. I mean, who had connection to Penticton, right? So
the producer is his dad, and they'd shot a version of that movie for $1.50 about 40 years ago when he was a kid. So there's a lot of history, a lot of family history in it. But I think the coolest thing to see it in front of a crowd, besides just that it's charming and funny, is the music in this thing is like half the budget, and it's almost entirely, not entirely, but almost Canadian. From a certain period, like when I was young. So, I mean, to see like a song like, Could Have Been a Lady by April Wine, and that's in the dodgeball scene. It's like, I never would have picked this for a dodgeball scene, but it is genius. It is really funny.
Yeah, I was saying last night that because the music question from the audience came up of, how much money was in the budget for the music aspect, and I was just saying, like, the music's a separate character in this movie. It really is, because they tell a story with the music. They actually tell you how you're supposed to be feeling with the music, and all those running sequences with all those motivation music songs. I'm like, I want to start running with him. Like, I'm cheering for Mike as well, and I think the music does a really good job with that.
What do you want people to take away from the film?
Oh.
Merchandise. We want to sell a lot of merch.
A lot of merch.
A lot of merch.
I think honestly, joy, I think the common theme of this movie, a lot of people signed up because, it was during COVID and everyone really needed a laugh. And I always think that laughter is the best kind of medicine. So
We're going to do, it's actually resulted, a woman in Calgary was speaking to the director and just said she was a frontline worker, and the movie had just taken away for 2 hours. It had taken away a year and a half of exhaustion and grief. And so he went to the producer and said, we got to do something with this. And so we are going to, on January 31st, in connection with Cineplex Odeon, this movie is going to play in every Cineplex theater across Canada, one on that evening of the 31st, for all frontline workers to come in free and have a great night. And we're going to shoot something to honor them. And so it's exactly what Louriza said. It's just it's joy. It really makes you
Yeah, it's uplifting, it's inspiring. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
that is a good question. I guess the next festival that it'll be at is at the Victoria Film Festival in BC.
Oh,
So I believe that is in February.
Oh.
So that will be the next festival that people can see.
I'll come to that.
Great.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Any chance to get to BC? Yeah, you just see this movie. It has got a lot of heart, and it is 2 hours well spent.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
What
great.
a bunch. Yes, and congratulations. And what is next for you?
Well, I actually just finished filming a short film last weekend. It was predominantly an all Filipino cast, a Filipino director, a Filipino DOP. So to me, that was really, really special to me, and I'm excited to see where that sort of goes for myself.
Is it going to go to short film festival?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome. I got a couple of irons in the fire that we'll see what the year brings. But I've got a reading coming up in January, a reading of a play that is hopefully Broadway bound. So that's my next passion.
I keep hitting him up in the DMs of like, please read my script, and for some reason he's not answering. So I don't know what's going on there.
You.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up here, but here we are. Kidding.
Awesome. And I hope you enjoy your stay in Whistler. And thank you for your time. And again, congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Nice to talk to you.